Hello. So this is going to be very important video of trigonometry in which we will learn about quadrants. We will learn how can we find these values sine 90 plus theta and how can we change in everything. Where do we use these formulas, okay? And how do we find these formulas? What is the trick and what are in quadrants? Which ratios are positive and which ratios are negative, okay? So many things we are going to discuss in this video. So from very basic we will start, okay? See, first of all we will learn about these quadrants. We will know what is unit circle. So these are 4 quadrants. These, okay, quadrant means fourth part. So this is, we will say this is first quadrant, this is second quadrant, this is third quadrant, and this is fourth quadrant. Okay, this angle we are taking theta angles here. These are thetas. Okay, suppose theta is here like this. Okay, theta, we are considering at theta, and this angle is 0 degree, you can say, or you can say this is 360 degree. Okay, and this angle is 90 degree, this angle is 180 degree, and this angle is 270 degree. Okay, so here we will see now. So this is first quadrant, and we know we have 6 ratios: sine theta, cos theta, tangent, cosecant, secant, and cotangent. Sine, cos, tan, cosec, sec, cot. We have 6 trigonometric ratios. So what are we going to do? We will find the value of these ratios on these angles. Okay, so first angle is 90 degrees. Okay, if I say 90 minus theta, so we can say it pi by 2 minus theta. Okay, 90 is equal to pi by 2, 180 is equal to pi, 270 is equal to 3 pi by 2, and 360 is equal to 2 pi. Okay, so now if we are talking about 90 minus theta, theta is an acute angle. Okay, here we are finding out the values of these ratios, like we are finding sine 90 minus theta, cos 90 minus theta, these ratios. So we have 90 minus theta, pi by 2 minus theta. Where will that angle lie? That angle will lie somewhere here, 90, because we are subtracting something from 90. We are subtracting theta from 90, where we are considering theta as an acute angle. So if we will subtract theta from 90, then that 90 minus theta somewhere here in first quadrant. This is first quadrant. So 90 minus theta will be here. Okay, and if I say 90 plus theta, 90 plus theta, theta is in, this is 90. Now we are taking 90 plus theta. So 90 plus theta will come here in this second quadrant, 90 plus theta. Okay, and now similarly you can say if we are taking about 180 or we are taking pi, then pi minus theta is here in second quadrant, and pi plus theta, when we will add, then it will come here. Pi is this one. If we will add something, angle will move here. This is theta. Theta became 90, theta became 180 here, and here in this theta is pi minus, you can say pi minus theta. Okay, means 180 minus theta or 90 plus theta. 90 plus theta is also here, 180 minus theta is, so in this quadrant between 90 and 180, angles are like you have 120, you have 150, you have 160. So these angles are either you can say 90 plus 30 or you can say 180 minus 60. If we are talking about 120, so you can say these things. Okay, So this is first quadrant. Second quadrant is 90 plus theta or 180 minus theta. Okay. Similarly, third quadrant is 180 plus theta you can say, or 270 minus theta also you can say, because 270 is here. If we will add something, the angle will lie here in fourth quadrant. This is fourth quadrant. If we will subtract something, angle will lie here 270 minus theta. Okay. So, and this quadrant, fourth quadrant means you can say this was 360 minus theta, or you can say 0 minus theta as well. That means minus theta as well. 0 minus theta is minus theta. So this angle is minus theta as well. Minus theta is here. Okay. In this quadrant, fourth quadrant. Or you can say 270 plus theta. So 270 plus theta will also be here in fourth quadrant. So I hope you got it ki what are quadrants and how do we see angles in these quadrants. 0 to 90 here, 90 minus theta here, or 0 plus theta is here. Okay, or 0 plus theta, or you can say theta. So 90 minus theta here, 90 plus theta here, 180 minus theta here in second, because this is 180. So I hope you are getting it. How do we see angles in these quadrants? Okay, so this is first quadrant, this is second, this is third, this is fourth. So if I will talk about unit circle, means we are taking a circle, okay, with radius 1, okay, on all sides, radius 1. And if we make this circle, make a circle here taking radius 1, okay, so and draw a perpendicular here. So here you can get the values. Okay, we will say this is r. Okay, so this upon this, what is sine theta, what is cos theta, we can get here. Okay, so here, but what is our task here? Our task is to find out the value of sine 90 minus theta, cos 90 minus theta, like these things. Okay, so in this quadrant, in first quadrant, all trigonometric ratios are positive. Okay, sine theta will be positive. You know the values, you know trigonometric table, sine 9, sine 30, sine 60, sine 45, all these ratios you know. And all these ratios, sine, cos, tan, all these ratios will be positive here. Okay, so in second quadrant, what is positive? Sine theta and cosecant theta, cosec, not cos, sine and cosec. Opposite of sine is cosec, cosec is 1 upon sine theta. And in this quadrant, tan theta and cot theta are positive. Okay, other trigonometric ratios are negative here. If you will find out the value, other trigonometric ratios, sine theta, cos theta, sec theta, cot theta, cosecant theta, all these are negative here, but tan and cot are positive here. Similarly, cos theta and sec theta are positive here. Okay, so now you know what are trigonometric ratios, where these angles lie in these quadrants. What do we say to this angle? This is, you can say 90 minus theta, or you can say pi by 2 minus theta. This pi by 2 plus theta, or 2 pi minus theta, if we talk in radians. Okay, if we are talking in degrees, so we can say 90 plus theta or 180 minus theta. So now we will see how do we find out the values. Like first of all we have sine of 90 minus theta. Now I showed you this. Okay, this is sine 90 minus theta. When you are finding any value, sine 90 minus theta or sine 180 minus theta, anything, you just need to see in which quadrant you are. Okay, and before that we will see one more thing, that when we have angle 90 degree or 270 degree, whether it is 90 minus theta or 90 plus theta, 270 minus theta or 270 plus theta, you will change sine into cos. Sine will change into cos, cos will change into sine. Okay, these values we can find by making a right angle triangle and finding those values. But here we are just seeing how do we find these values. Okay, so sine changes into cos and cos changes into sine. Okay, cosecant changes into secant, cosec into sec, sec into cosec. Okay, and tan changes into cot and cot changes into tan. You just need to see these things, you just need to learn these things when you are talking about 90 and 270. But when you are talking about 180 and 360, you don't need to change the ratios. Sine will be sine, cos will be cos. Okay, so but first of all we will see these ratios, sine and sine, and this is 90 minus, this is 90 plus. 90 minus theta means first quadrant, 90 plus theta means second quadrant. Okay, so 90 minus theta, sine of 90 minus theta, it will, sine will change into cos theta and cos will change into sine theta. Tan will change into cot theta and cosecant in sec theta. Secant in cosecant theta, cot in tan theta. Okay, we just need to see the signs now because we know that these will, sine will change into cos, cos will change into sine. Okay, similarly here also, if you are dealing in 90 minus theta or 90 plus theta, sine will change into cos, cos will change into sine, tan will change into cot, cosecant will change into sec, sec in cosecant and cot in tan. Okay, now you just need to see where we will get positive values and where we will get negative values. Okay, now where are these values? In first quadrant, and in first quadrants all trigonometric ratios are positive, so all these values will be positive in first quadrant. And when we come to second quadrant, this is second quadrant now, sine 90 plus theta, cos 90 plus theta, this is second quadrant now. And in second quadrant all these are not positive. Which are positive? Only sine and cosec are positive. This is positive, this is positive. Okay, so rest all we will write negative. Okay, so sine of 90 plus theta is cos theta because sine is positive in second quadrant, but cos of 90 plus theta will be equal to minus sine theta. Okay, so this is how we find the values. If we know about quadrants, okay, then it is very easy to find these values. Like now we come here, sine of 180 minus theta and cos of 180 minus theta's ratios, and this is 180 plus. And I told you when we have 180 we do not change the ratios. Sine is sine, cos is cos, tan is tan, this is cosec, this is sec, this is cot. Okay, and this is sine theta only, cos theta, tan theta, cosec theta, sec theta, and this is cot theta. Now you just need to tell the signs because in 180 we do not change the ratio, we just change the signs. Now when we are having 180 minus theta, 180 minus theta means we are in second quadrant. In 180 minus theta we are in second quadrant. In second quadrant only sine and cosecant are positive, all others are negative. I hope you are getting it. How do we find these values? So this is very simple. Okay, and similarly here now 180 plus theta is in third quadrant. Okay, and in third quadrant tan and cot are positive and others are negative. So this is how we find the values, and similarly on the basis of this you can find in third quadrant, in fourth quadrant, and this is very easy to find these ratios. Okay, so now we will see where can we use these ratios. Okay, where can you use these ratios? Suppose you need to find the value of, suppose you have a question that you need to find the value of Sine 50 upon cos 40. Simplest example. These type of questions when you have. So how can you solve? This is very simple. You know that sine of theta is equal to cos of, or you can say this is this, or cos of theta. Cos theta is equal to sine of 90 minus theta. Sine of 90 minus theta. Cos theta is equal to sine 90 minus theta. That means sine 50 upon sine 50. So this is 1. So this is how you can use these formulas. You can use these sine ratios. Okay. So on the basis of this, how we find these ratios? We can find these ratios as well. So like we have here, I will discuss this more also. Sine of 360 minus theta is equal to sine of minus theta, because you know now we are talking about this quadrant, fourth quadrant. This is fourth quadrant. Fourth quadrant means we can say 360 minus theta, or we can say minus theta as well. So sine of 360 minus theta, or we can say sine of minus theta. Cos of 360 minus theta, or we can say cos of minus theta. And I told you that 360s and 180 does not change the ratios. So this will be sine theta, cos theta, tan theta, cosecant theta, secant theta, and cotangent theta. Okay, so what will be the sign then? Now we know we are in fourth quadrant, and in fourth quadrant which are positive? Sec is positive and cos is positive. Only both of these are positive and rest are negative. So now we know that how do we find sine of minus theta, cos of minus theta. When you know quadrants, if you know quadrants properly, what is the angle and where are we? When we are first quadrant, what is the angle? 90 minus theta and plus theta, 0 plus theta. Okay. So 360 plus theta also you can say this. 360 plus theta. 360 plus theta is also first quadrant. When we are in second quadrant, when are we in third or fourth? Okay. So I hope you got these values. How do we find? If you are getting it, please subscribe to my channel, and thank you for watching.